Hello, and welcome to this video on the no chain foundation stitches in crochet. The no chain foundation stitch is an alternate way to begin any crochet project. It is sure to make your life as a crocheter much easier. And for many of you who have been following the latest trends in crochet these days, you will notice that the no chain foundation stitch is everywhere. Hot designers such as Doris Chan are recommending that you begin your projects with this stitch because it is much easier when you are beginning a project that has hundreds of beginning stitches, and it is neater and you don't have to worry about your tension, as many crocheters have problems with their initial chain stitch and maintaining proper tension throughout, especially when they're making chain stitches of hundreds or more. So let's begin today. I've chosen a light colored yarn from my stash and a larger crochet hook to make it a bit easier to see. We're going to first start with the no chain foundation single stitch, and then we will move on to the no chain foundation double stitch. For the no chain foundation single stitch, start by making 2 chains. Here's 1 and 2. In the second chain from your hook, insert under the top 2 loops as such. Yarn over or yo and pull through. You will now have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over once, pull through 1 loop, which is essentially making the chain. Yarn over again and pull through 2 loops. And there you have your first no chain foundation single stitch. Well, it's actually your second because your first one counts from the first 2 chain stitches that you made. Now you insert your hook, and this is the tricky part. You insert your hook under the 2 loops of the no chain foundation single stitch that you just made. You yarn over as such, pull through. You now will have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, and pull through 2 loops this time. We have now completed another no chain foundation, and you see how it's working up quite nicely. Now, I'm going to try to illustrate that again where you insert your hook. Okay, everyone with me? Insert your hook under the bottom of the single stitch you just made. There will be 2 loops there. You insert it there, you yarn over, and you pull through. You now have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 1 loop, which in my mind is essentially making that chain that you would have made normally. You yarn over again and you pull through 2 loops, which is then making your single stitch. Let's try that one more time. Insert your hook under the single stitch you just made and those 2 loops there, or the 2 loops there, that should be clear. Yarn over, pull through. You now have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 1 loop. Yarn over again, pull through a second loop. And as you can see, instead of starting with an initial chain row and then working my single stitches into those initial chains, what I now have is the chains and the single stitches all at one time. So let's now move on to the no chain foundation double stitch, which personally I find quite a bit easier. We're just going to take this out. This is just scrap yarn here. Frogging, 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 ribbit, ribbit. Okay, this time we're going to chain 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I've chained 3 times. I'm going to yoke as you would with any double stitch. I'm going to then insert in the chain, which is 3 chains away from my hook, the 3rd chain from my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through. I'm then going to yarn over and pull through 1 loop, and then I'm going to work the double stitch as I normally would. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops again. Notice I have 2 beautiful double stitches and my foundation chain here. Okay, let's try that again. Yarn over. This time you're going to also insert it in those bottom 2 loops of the double stitch. Yarn over, pull through. I have 3 beautiful loops on my chain. I yarn over, I pull through 1 time. I now have 3 loops on my chain once again, and I'm going to work my double stitch as I normally would. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over again, pull through 2 loops. And let's just try one more. Okay, what do we do first? We yarn over. We insert in the bottom portion of the double stitch that we just made in between those 2 loops at the bottom of your stitch. We yarn over and we pull through. We yarn over 1 time, we pull through 1 loop. We yarn over again, we pull through 2 loops, and we yarn over a 2nd time and we pull through 2 loops. I gotta tell you, this is the first time I have tried the no chain foundation stitch, and I'm in love with it already. I can guarantee you that my days of making hundreds of chains, foundation chains, and then painstakingly counting them out, only to find out after I've done my first real row that I didn't make enough chains, those days are over. You cannot tell the difference between the no chain foundation stitches and the traditional manner in which you would make a chain and then insert stitches into that chain. Thank you today for stopping by, and stay tuned for our next instructional video. Bye-bye.